This is the plaintiff, Dwight, in a rarity. He says he and the defendant are both Uber drivers, and the defendant rammed into the car he was driving, denting it. The bad driver offered him $100 for the repair to his car, but he got an estimate for $550, and that's what he's suing for today. This is the defendant, Olatukombo Dadu. He says he and the plaintiff were outside when the clubs were closing down for the night, looking for passengers, and the plaintiff backed into his car. When he tried to talk to the plaintiff, the guy told him he wasn't on his level, so they waited for the cops to come. Bottom line, he doesn't owe the plaintiff a thing, because the crash was the plaintiff's fault. He's accused of causing an Uber boo-boo. The defendant has filed a countersuit for $750 to repair his damaged car.
All parties, please raise your right hand.
Welcome back to the People's Court. Next case of the docket. These litigants are Uber drivers, and the plaintiff says the defendant rammed into him and it's time to pay. But the defendant says they were competing for customers outside a club when the plaintiff got super aggressive and hit him. It's the case of Uber angry.
Thank you, Douglas.
You're welcome,
Mr. Inararity, you are suing Mr. Dawodu?
Yes.
Okay, for $550 in damages to your car. You're counterclaiming against him $750 in damages to yours and lost wages. You are both Uber drivers, correct?
Yes.
And there was an accident. Okay, let me hear your side.
Before I continue, nice to meet you. You're my favorite TV judge.
Thank you.
It's a pleasure meeting you.
I'm your favorite too, right?
Definitely.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Okay. All right, on March 4th, about 3:15 a.m., I get a request to go pick up a rider.
At 3 something in the morning?
Yes, 3:15.
So was it at a nightclub?
Yes.
Okay.
I park, my rider came into the car, and I turn around, greeting him and talking to him to make sure that I have the correct rider. At that point, I felt a jolt on my car side, so I rolled my windows down, and when I look, I saw the defendant and in a vehicle that was attached to my vehicle. So I said to him, "You hit my vehicle?" And he said, "Yes." So he said, "But if I can move forward, because you don't want to continue driving to cause more damage to my car."
Right.
So I pulled over about 2-3 cars length and pulled over on the right-hand side.
And then you both come out and you talk?
No, he came out his car and he come over to my car and he assessed the damage. Then he said, "Oh, this $20 can fix that."
Oh yeah, $20 can fit. $20 can't even buy you a sandwich. Okay, so he tells you $20. According to you, he tells you $20 can fix that. And then what happens?
So he coming out now saying to me that $20 can fix my car. There and then I said, this is a problem person, so I don't want to deal with him. So I just sit down into my car and I get on the phone and I call 911. So
okay.
He went back to his car.
The person who was in the car with you was in the car with you. Your rider
yes,
was in the car with you when this happened?
Yes.
Is he here today?
No, he's not here.
Okay. Do you have an affidavit from him?
Yes, I do.
May I see it? Tell me your version of how this happened.
As you can see, he's definitely a pathological liar, and he's also a scam artist. Basically, he's pulled to the side, looked like he's parked to me.
You do what?
I'm going alongside of him, and then I just see that he backs up a little bit. And I'm wondering, like, why did this guy just back into me? Next thing you know, I'm like, I roll down my window. I said, move up a little bit so you don't scrape my car anymore. He moves up a little bit. I still cannot get by. I said, move up some more. You're causing more traffic now, because there's definitely traffic on the Friday night and the given day of New York City.
Did you have a ride that you were picking up?
I had my passenger in the car already. I picked him up from Fat Black Pussycat on West 4th. So I'm basically just on my way to the airport to drop off my passengers.
Okay. Was there somebody in front of him, and was he backing up in order to get out?
He was just sitting there with no hazard lights on. As a taxi driver, when you pick up, when you drop off, you turn your hazard lights on.
You mean the rules of the road?
The rules of the road.
Okay.
When you pick up and let off, you turn your hazard lights on so other cars can be aware of what's going on, because a door can open at any given time or anything can happen.
So I want to know, so the police are called out?
Yes.
And the police write a report?
No.
When the police came, there 2 officers was in the car. So one rolled the windows down and they talked to me first, because I approached them first. Then they spoke to me, then they spoke to him on the other side. When they speak to him, then they rolled the window down again and they said that he wants to make a deal with me. So they explained that he said he want to fix my car, you don't want to put it through insurance because if you put it through the insurance, it's premium.
Now, why would you say that if you didn't feel responsible?
He sounds silly. He sounds silly.
Why would you
First of
say
all,
that if you didn't feel responsible?
First, I didn't say that. We waited there for about 3 hours before an actual cop actually came on a Friday night. It was a busy night.
You had to wait 3 hours?
In between all of that waiting, I'm getting frustrated, so I ended up calling after the second hour
And then
of waiting.
he tells you you're not on his level.
No, he said, get away from my car, you're not on my level.
And then you say...
I said, what? I said, get out your car, let's fight. The cops will come quicker. Then he says, you're beneath me.
So, do Uber drivers typically hang outside of nightclubs trying to get customers, passengers?
Yes, they do.
They're not supposed to, right?
Yeah, no. But that's what they do. That's how they get their money.
So this is common?
Yes, apparently.
Who goes to clubs? So, no, I'm actually curious because it seems a little dicey that you're just getting in somebody's car that happens to be hanging out at the club.
Yeah, sometimes you don't know because you didn't call the Uber, but they offer, so you should think twice if you should get into that car.
How do you pay? Because I thought this is all done by credit card. How would you pay that?
They'll do it by cash.
Yeah.
They'll do it by cash. That's how they get.
So you know what you're getting into when you do.
Yeah, you do.
Okay, I got you. Going inside the courtroom.
The cops asked me if I wanted to go through insurance. I told them I didn't want to because it would cost about $40 to fix. But so how come you're having even this discussion about...
No, when I
if you feel it's not your fault, why are you having that discussion with the police?
No, the cop said this is minor. The cop basically told us that this will be less than our deductible. We don't need to write a report for this. This is a minor fender bender. I definitely said this is about $40 to $50 of scratch on the car. And the cop said...
Can I see the evidence of the damage?
Sure.
That's why they didn't take the report. They said it's not worth it. He also asked the cop to arrest...
No, that's not $20 worth of damage. That's your car?
Yes.
Yeah,
he also asked the cop to arrest me because I'm being rude and I'm taking pictures and recording him. The cop told him that people record me every day. It's normal.
Okay. Show me the damages to your car.
So this is my car.
This is a heck of a lot more than $20 in damage. It's like dented and...
No, this is his. These two. This is also my car.
Yeah, you too. How much damages were there for you?
Well, I went to Audi. Audi's. I have a printout from Audi. They said $1,200.
Here's the thing. I mean, this is his car, right?
Yes.
Do me a favor. Let's get some cars out here. I didn't think this would be necessary. Come on over to our little... While we're getting the cars, what I'd like to know is, let's just assume we're on the right side of the road, correct?
Yes.
All right. This will be the curb?
Yes.
And then what? There's cars parked here?
There's cars parked on both sides.
Let's just worry about this side.
So this will be his car.
Okay.
Right here.
Gotcha. Actually, we have the cars now, right? Okay, hold on. So we're going to make this him.
Yes.
And then we're going to make this one you. You get to be the Cadillac convertible.
Yes.
All right.
So basically,
So you get your rider from there also, right?
No, I had my ride already.
Already?
I had my ride already.
Okay.
I'm just trying to...
All right, so what does this street look like? Is it 1 lane, 2 lanes, 3 lanes?
It's one lane.
One
cars
lane
on both
each way?
sides.
Okay. So there's a curb here, and then there's cars parked on this side, and it's all just one way?
Yes.
Okay, do 2 cars fit or no?
No.
It's technically supposed to be one.
And that's basically what happened.
All right, yeah, exactly what happened. All right, so go ahead. So what happens now? He's where, you are where? How does the accident happen?
I'm basically just about behind him. He's like really pulled over very close to the other cars.
Okay.
Could have really fit in if he wanted to. And I'm basically like this. No hazard lights on. I figure he's just parked. I don't know if he's... At this time, I didn't even know he was a taxi driver, Uber driver. So I'm basically squeezing through, and I feel he just backs up and nips my car, and that's why I have a dent on the side of my car, and he basically has like a little scratch.
No, but he doesn't have. It can't have happened that way because he doesn't have damage here. So it can't. So try it again. Let's see how we can end up with this kind of damage on each side. And in a minute, I'm going to ask him the same questions. But I want to know how we can end up with this kind of damage on each side, having the accident happen the way you said. This is the damage to his car. This is the damage to your car.
Yes.
Go ahead. I'm listening.
So I'm going.
Because see here, there's a scratch mark.
And I have a fade, allegedly a scratch.
Okay.
So like I said, I feel like he backed up into me.
You feel it or you saw him? What is it?
I feel he backed up into me. I didn't actually see him back up, but my passenger said, "Why would he back up?" That's the first thing they said.
Do you have any evidence from your passenger?
No, I don't.
Go ahead and go back. You please come forward. You said the affidavit? Okay, so go ahead.
Okay, it's a 4-lane road in my.
4-lane road?
Yes.
Wait, it's a 4-lane road or it's a 1-lane,
It's a
one-way?
one way, 1 lane.
All right, go ahead.
Okay, first.
So according to you, it's 4 lanes.
4 lanes. In Manhattan, there's no such thing as open space. There's always everywhere a vehicle is parked. You can't
Wait,
get find
no, there
parking,
is such
so-
a thing. It's just, hard to
there's
find.
cars parked along the street.
In Manhattan,
corner.
there's never a parking space?
Hardly.
Okay.
So I pulled up beside here and I park here. Both of us pick up passengers. He was the first one to leave. So there was crates along here. No cars, just crates from
Okay.
the construction.
Okay.
He came around from behind me, come around, and then he cut in too close. When he cut in too close now, that's when he hit my car. So I rolled my windows down and I said to him, "You hit my car." And he said, "Oh yeah, but can you move forward for him not to cause more damage? Because if you
Okay.
go further, you're gonna cause damage." So
Did you back up?
No, I did not back up.
Okay.
There's no need
Can-
to back up.
I got it.
It's a one-way
Go ahead and
street.
go back.
So,
She's good.
All right, so let's see the affidavit that purports to be an affidavit from your passenger. I don't even need this because it doesn't really help all that much. It doesn't say how the accident happened. It just says, "I was sitting in the back seat of an Uber ride and I felt a jolt on the rear left and saw an Audi pull up along the left side." I guess he's saying it's the Audi's fault. Audi SUV had collided with the vehicle I was sitting in.
I pick up my ride at 3:19.
319.
And then he also.
Do you have your Uber information?
No, I don't.
And then so you're suing for lost wages because you couldn't pick up other rides?
It was during rush hour. And
So
then my
wait, but
Uber
you make
app also-
$550 every 3 hours?
my Uber app got shut down because.
Do you make
because of an accident.
$550 every 3 hours?
I make that a night.
Do you make $550 because you were out of commission according to you 3 hours? Do you?
No. I was out of commission because my app got shut down. I had to go to Uber the next day and verify that my car is okay and well to get back on the road.
Your Honor, I also have text message where he texts me, mechanic, to have my car
Do you
fixed for
have, wait,
$250.
you have texts from each other?
Yes.
What I'd like is some independent proof of anything either of you say. That would be awesome. All right, so now this is it? This is the entire conversation between you two?
True text.
I gave
All right, so you gave him your
So that's when
insurance
he texts me
information by
insurance.
text. Why?
No, I gave him my insurance information in front of him.
No, this is a text
Oh
from...
no, he never took the information for my insurance that day, but he kept
Okay, so
pressing
you're
for
giving
it.
him the insurance information,
yes,
and then
because
he
he said-
says, "I need a place to fix a car for $250," because he also agreed that it was a bloated estimate. And then you send him a place to go fix the car,
For $250.
and you're not doing any of that because you think it's your fault?
No, he said he told me that the estimation is $2,500. So
Right,
I said
but in
I
other
went
words,
to
if somebody backs into me, I'm not helping them fix their car. It sounds like on March 6th, you're still thinking I'm just gonna pay and get this over with, and you're gonna pay because you're sending him in your insurance information again, which you have no obligation to do at that point, and then you're telling him for $250, you're giving him a place to fix the car.
And the reason I sent him my insurance information is because he asked me for it. After he said $2,500, he said, "Send me your insurance information." Sure.
Yeah, I don't know. It seems kind of like you felt responsible so far at that point.
I definitely took pictures of his insurance information as well.
Can you show me?
Did I take pictures of your insurance information? He's right here. We can ask him.
Okay. Did he take pictures of your insurance
Took
information?
pictures of my driver's license. That's what he took pictures of.
And he didn't take pictures of your insurance information?
We didn't exchange insurance.
When the cops were there, you
because
didn't
we-
exchange insurance information?
Because he told the cops he wanted to do it out of his pocket, so there's no need for insurance to be
Okay.
exchanged.
Well, here's what's going to happen. I think you're both kind of at fault here. You because you're not respecting the rules of the road and standing out in the street and forcing somebody in a one-lane highway, not four, to try to get around you. And I really, if I was a fly on the wall, I would imagine that there's jockeying and there's, everybody trying to pick up and drive. There's just a lot going on out there. So I'm going to make each of you responsible for half of the other person's damages. So what that means then is that there's a net judgment from you to him in the amount of $150. That is my judgment.
Both sides, hold on, please.
So the way it works out, the defendant has to give the plaintiff $150. Mr. Dedu, what do you think about that?
I think he's a pathological liar. He's a scam artist. You know, he doesn't like to work hard for his money. He's sitting there in the car, very calm. He's probably used to doing this. If we check his records, I'm pretty sure he robs people, everyone along the line.
Okay, all right.
So
it's interesting hearing all these charges back and forth.
He's a thief.
He's a thief. Pathological liar. He's bad.
He's a very bad person.
Okay, sorry about this.
If you're an Uber rider and you get in his car, please get out because we don't know if he's going to try to scam you or rob you.
Okay. Thank you very much. You owe him the money, though, okay? Sorry about that. Now, here comes the plaintiff. You're a bad guy.
In his mind, I'm a bad guy,
Yeah,
but
I mean, this is
care.
really-
I know what the truth is, and the truth is what the truth is. So I just learned from this. Next time, don't trust anyone. When there is an accident, no matter how smart it is, report it.
Well, anyway, he's got to give you $150. It's going to cost you a little bit more than that to fix the car. You okay with that?
Yes.
You satisfied?
It's better than nothing. So.
Okay, very good. You like driving like that for
Yes.
Uber? It's
Yes,
fun?
I do.
Good.
Yes, I do.
Okay.
All
Go
right.
drive happy. Harvey?
So this is a case of comparative negligence, and what that means is that both parties have some responsibility. The judge can divide it whichever way the judge wants. It could be 50-50, it could be 30-70, it could be 80-20. See, I can add up to 100 no matter what you ask me. But it can be whatever the judge wants. You know, in this case, it seemed more appropriate to do 50-50, but that is not automatic. It is case by case, and the person who suffers the most damage ultimately wins the money.